Hi everybody, my name is Levi Sauerbrow. You can find me on social media at NerdButler, or you can visit nerdbutler.com for more content. We are on day 10 of our 30-day video challenge. In the last several days, I've been talking about ideas like privacy and how to think about technology and blah, blah, blah. That's all lovely. But let's get into the meat and potatoes of what we're really here to do, which is do more with our technology, because our technology is not a luxury. It's a part of our lives that we have to use. Today, I'm going to tell you about one of my favorite organizations, why I contribute to them, and what benefit I get from them. Would you like to have an unlimited data mobile hotspot for 1 year for a reasonable rate? I'll tell you how next. Here we go. The group I want to talk to you about today is actually the one right here on my t-shirt, and that is the Calyx Institute. You can find them at calyxinstitute.org if you want to go read more about them, but I'm going to give you the quick overview and why I think you should pay attention to them. They are a 501c3 nonprofit organization that is dedicated to the idea that everyone, regardless of your technical skills or know-how, deserves privacy and security when it comes to your digital life. So what do? They do research, they do lobbying, they provide information to people, and one of the things they're working with is around encryption. They do lots of great things that's intended to help the average consumer have a more secure and private digital experience. The reason I know about them was several years ago, one of my favorite bloggers mentioned that their main fundraising activity is obviously donations, and one of the rewards you can get is a mobile hotspot. So here's the deal. This is the hotspot I received. It's a couple years old now. They may be on a different model, but you're going to get something that looks kind of like this. For a one-time $500 tax-deductible donation to the Calyx Institute, they will send you a device similar to this, and they will give you 1 year's worth of unlimited bandwidth on the Sprint mobile network. Now, what that means is anywhere that Sprint works, anywhere that Sprint's signal reaches, you will have Wi-Fi. This device will accept up to 8 connections. So we take this with us on all of our road trips. My phone, the kid's laptop, my wife's laptop, my wife's phone, the kid's phone now, all of them will connect to this little device and give us a broadband connection on the go. Now, is it perfect? Well, that kind of depends on where you are. I take this with me when I go to coffee shops sometimes, because if it's a crowded coffee shop, the Wi-Fi at the coffee shop might slow down. I fire this puppy up and I have my own personal Wi-Fi network that I am the only one connected to. It's great. And the bandwidth is unlimited for 1 year. That means there's no watching the clock or watching the counter, making sure you don't use too many gigabytes in a month. It's on the Sprint network. It's very reliable. It's very easy to use. The Calyx Institute takes that money and contributes it towards all of their very worthwhile projects around digital privacy and security. What happens at the end of your 1 year is, because you already have the device, you can either make a subsequent $400 donation to the Calyx Institute, again, tax deductible, and they will provide you with an additional year of unlimited bandwidth. You're just going to keep using the same device you've got. So this is a really affordable way for you to have mobile internet. We have used this all over the United States, big cities, out in rural Montana. We've used it everywhere. We've gotten lots of work done with it. I take it with me whenever I travel. And the way they're able to offer this particular benefit is when Sprint purchased some of the radio bandwidth spectrum that they were going to be using for their networks, that purchase came along with some conditions that the FCC set, which is a section of that frequency spectrum had to be allowed for use for research and education at no charge. Calyx is conducting research and education, and part of the way they do their research and education is allowing people to use that piece of Sprint's network for whatever they need to. What that means is you don't have a contract with Sprint. It's through the Calyx Institute. Now you're using Sprint service. You're going to see Sprint's logo on here when it boots up, but Sprint is not the one monitoring this. Sprint will never restrict your usage of it. There are plenty of use cases of people using large amounts of bandwidth and not getting into any trouble at all with Sprint. We have certainly used 10, 15 gigabytes on a week-long road trip while somebody in the back watched Netflix. I had the maps running constantly on my phone, running through this hotspot. I was downloading podcasts, maybe watching a couple videos while the wife drove. My wife is sitting next to me getting all kinds of work done in her inbox. So we have absolutely used this in almost the same way we would use our home internet while we were on the road, and we've had no problems with it. I think it's a wonderful investment. I think it's a wonderful contribution to a very worthy cause. It is $500 a year for the first year, $400 a year for thereafter. The first year I also got this lovely t-shirt and a couple of stickers and some other things. But I really encourage you guys to go to the calyxinstitute.org and check out what those folks are doing. It is absolutely worthwhile work, and they are providing a wonderful service to you at a very reasonable rate. If you have a phone plan that either doesn't have tethering or the cost of tethering data is getting a bit much for you, these guys make a wonderful product. They're awesome to work with. They communicate very well, and I think you'll be really pleased. So please go check them out again at Calyx Institute, calyxinstitute.org. As for me, my name is Levi Sauerbrei. We are on day 10 of this 30-day video challenge in which we will be doing at least a 5-minute video each day. That means we got 20 days left after this. I would love to answer some questions from y'all or get your feedback. You can reach me at NerdButler on social media or send an email to levi@nerdbutler.com. And if nothing else, tell me what you think of the wall. We've been moving things around and changing things up, and starting after New Year's, when we get back home again, I'm going to start trying some different filming techniques. We have different camera equipment I want to try out and some other things. So leave a question in the comments here. Subscribe if you like these. Let me know what you think of them and what you'd like to hear more about, and we will talk to you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.